Look, so I know why you clicked onto this video. You're looking for a side hustle that can actually make you some money. And you clicked onto the right video. In this video, I'll be showing you 7 different side hustles that can make you anywhere from $500 to $1,000 plus per week. And there are very few things that are required for you to go ahead and get started. However, it will take a little bit of open-mindedness, and on top of that, it will be dependent on how badly you want to push yourself to go ahead and achieve this goal. Without further ado, let's get this video started.
She got a lot on my mind. She got a lot on my mind. I got a lot on my mind. I got a lot on my mind.
Hey man, it's your boy Chris Leah, aka C-Easy. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the lifestyle, man. Welcome back to another video. So as you guys can tell by the title, I'll be telling you the 7 best side hustles to where you guys can start making some serious cash. I'm not gonna waste any time. The only thing that I ask for you guys to do is to like up this video if you enjoy it, and make sure if you're new to hit that subscribe button, because we're on the road to 10,000 subscribers, man. Let's see if we can hit it pretty soon. But anyways, let's go ahead and get started with the very first side hustle on this list, and that's one of my personal favorite ones, and that is Instacart. So if you guys do not know about Instacart, let me go ahead and first tell you this. You have the possibility of making up to $1,500 per week. And I'm being real with you guys, this really is no joke. Before I get into the specifics or whatever, I just want you guys to say I will have a video in depth going into like more explanation for this particular side hustle, because I went ahead and I tried it out last summer, and it is very, very lucrative, and you actually can make a lot of money if you're able to get it within the right times and you work a good amount of hours. Okay, so first things first, you guys need to know the requirements. So the first thing that you need to be able to start with Instacart, you have to be 18 years of age, at least, to go ahead and get started. On top of that, you have to have some means of transportation, preferably a car, because you're going to be doing a whole lot of driving. And on top of that, you're going to need to account for the mileage you're going to put onto the car, and just make sure that you're going to be having enough for gas. But that should not be a problem, because you're going to be getting paid for like each and every single week. I think it's each and every single Wednesday. I mean, those are the requirements for you guys to get started. Okay, now let's go ahead and touch on some of the pluses. The first thing is that you get to pick your own hours, which is perfect. And the 2, especially if you're able to get like the good hot times where people are ordering a lot, you'll literally be like drowning with orders. So based off my experience, whenever I was able to go ahead and do this, as soon as I finished my first order, I had a second one waiting for me. And because of this, you're constantly moving, you're constantly able to make money because you're going to be doing a lot. And on top of that, with everything going on right now, I feel like a lot more people are tending to stay home. A lot more people are ordering more groceries. So just know that if you're going to go ahead and you're going to do a side hustle like Instacart, make sure that you're taking the necessary precautions and just go crazy, because this is a great area for you guys to go ahead and start making a lot of money. And on top of that, something that is perfect with this is that each and every single order, you get to actually see how much you're going to make. So if it's a $26 order, if you deliver it within a certain time, they might give you a $7, $8 tip. So you already know as soon as you complete this order, you've already made $30. So that is a perfect plus. However, I can say one of the few downsides to this is that it may get a little bit tedious. And on top of that, if you, let's say you go to a different store that you're not too familiar with, it might be pretty difficult for you guys to find certain items, and you might have to go back and switch a few items. But besides that, you know, once you get the ropes and once you get the hang of it, this can literally be an amazing opportunity for you guys to go ahead and make like some serious cash. Now, let's move on to the second side hustle. Okay, so for the second side hustle on this list, we have the one and only Doordash. Okay, so essentially with this side hustle, if you guys do not know, essentially what you guys are doing, you're picking up, let's say someone orders a meal, so you're going to pick up their order and you're going to go ahead and deliver it to them. It's very, very simple. It's more of that laid back, chill, relax type of vibe. Chill in your car, play some good music, pick up food, drop it off. Should be fairly simple. You have the possibilities of making anywhere from $500 to $900 per week with this side hustle. But however, let me go ahead and say this is more circumstantial to your area and the timing and all of that, because a lot of things play into factor. You know, let's say that you're working during lunch hours and you in an area where, you know, a lot of people order food to wherever they work. you're going to be drowning with orders. It's going to be back to back to back, kind of like Instacart. However, if you live in like more of a suburban area, you might have to wait a whole lot longer to get orders, just because of the fact, a lot more people are more accustomed to going and getting the food themselves. So with this side hustle, you need to be aware of like where you're currently at or where you can go to receive a better amount of orders. And I know within the app, because I've done Doordash before, they tell you hot spots or spots that are getting a good amount of orders, so you can drive over there to go ahead and get that situated. And it's the same requirements as Instacart. I think you need to be 18 years of age to go ahead and do this, and you gotta have like some real means of transportation, maybe a bike, preferably a car. So along with this, you also get to pick your own schedule or your own hours that you get to work. So if you got some free time on your hands, you can go ahead and check the app, go ahead and clock in and start going, sending out orders. Again, this is a perfect time to go ahead and do so. A lot more people are staying home, so you might as well go ahead and try to maximize this. But again, precautions. You may see long wait times without getting any orders, and unlike Instacart, for DoorDash, how much you make per order tends to be significantly less, because there's less like physical work that you have to do. You're literally just picking it up and delivering it. So let's say for like a $30-$40 order that you may be able to see with Instacart, for this one you might max see like a $10-$15. So just take all these things into account. However, you can move at a faster pace with DoorDash, and you could execute more orders. So I feel like at the end of the day, if you're getting orders, they're going to balance out, and these are both very good side hustles you guys can literally start today. Now let's move on to the third one. Okay, and my third one is for all of my creatives out there. I know you guys are going to love this one. Please hear me out. Before any of you guys start being like, just hear me out. My third one on this list is Etsy, and you can have the possibility of literally making up to $3,000 per week. And I know it seems like a stretch, but it's actually a very lucrative place to sell. You know what I mean? On Etsy, you could, let's say you have something creative that you want to sell. It could be like a knick-knack to like some type of creative piece, or like, let's just say that you make a product and you don't necessarily have all the funds yet to go ahead, start your own website and do your own type of promotion and whatnot. You could literally go ahead and start yourself up at Etsy, and you can use it to promote you, and you can use your various social media platforms to go ahead and promote yourself and bring organic traction into your Etsy shop and have people just constantly buy from you. So like, let's say that you have what's a cool little thing? Let's just think you have like press-on nails, right? That's just what came up into my mind. Let's say that you're making press-on nails, and now all of a sudden you have a place for people to buy it. And now it's kind of just like, people are going to be coming to the site, they're going to be seeing, they leave good reviews, you're going to rank higher, you're going to be able to get more organic growth, and therefore you could be making a whole lot more money, and at the same time you're kind of moving at your own pace, you're kind of controlling more. So I think this is a very, very cool place for a lot of the creators who don't quite know where to be able to profit with their creativity, and I feel like Etsy is a perfect place for you guys. In addition to this, there's also a way for you to promote your own social media platforms within your Etsy page. And on top of this, Etsy does things in a cool way to where like people could find you, because as long as they go ahead and search up the item that you make, there's a high possibility that you actually might rank higher, especially if you have more reviews. So through this, you have more organic growth, because you're going to be able to be higher on the search engine, so to speak. On top of all this, like if you're receiving a lot of sales and your product is doing good, you can be featured on their page as like one of the top sellers, or just featured on the first page. So like everybody could essentially go ahead and see that, you're doing good and what product you have to offer. So please, for all of my creatives that you have something that is worth selling, or something very, very creative that you feel like people will buy, please go ahead and take advantage of this. I know a lot of people might have like mixed feelings about Etsy. Before I actually did my research, I didn't know too much about it, but it is actually a very good spot for creators to go ahead and sell, make money, and expand their business or brand or whatnot. Okay, so let's move on to the fourth side hustle. All right, so for this one, this for my sneakerheads right here. This side hustle is flipping shoes, and this with this side hustle, you can see like $500+ a week if you can get really good at it. So essentially, let's say that it's easy for you to get shoes. You know what I mean? Like, let's say that you might have a shoe plug, or you just kind of know the game and just able to get shoes fairly easily. I can say this can be an easy place for you to go ahead and start making some money. You might go ahead and start off picking up like maybe one extra pair of shoes. And the cool thing about this is that there's various places that you can go ahead and sell the shoe to make money like instantly. You got StockX, Grailed, you have OfferUp, I guess Facebook message groups, or just wherever you feel like you can go ahead and potentially sell. Obviously, with some of these places, you have to be careful with who you're working with, because depending on how or which route you take, they come with their own risk, if you guys know what I'm talking about. And on top of like the whole flipping shoes and like sneaker game or whatever, if you're able to cop shoes for their retail price, there's a very, very high chance for particular shoes that they will be able to go up in price. And to get started with to get into the whole sneaker game and flipping shoes or whatnot, there are plenty of videos on YouTube that can go ahead and potentially guide you to see, okay, how can you get started? What are good shoes to kind of look forward to? Because if I'm being real, I've tried myself to go ahead and get my hands on a few like newer pairs of shoes. But one thing that I do have to go ahead and tell you guys is that for these shoes, they got a lot of hype. They're extremely hard to get their hands onto it. So that's what I'm saying. If you're actually able, you're one of the luckier ones, and you're able to get your hands onto some of these hype shoes, please go ahead, get yourself some pairs, resell it for more. Because some of these shoes you might go ahead and buy for $200 just to be able to sell it for $500. You made double what you put in. So it can be a very, very lucrative game for you guys if you guys did not know too much about it. However, it is pretty competitive, and it is hard to get some of these shoes because you're competing with a lot. You're competing with bots, people who are lucky, people with magnificent, Wi-Fi, but there are different ways to get in. You can go to different stores, buy it for cheaper, and they sell it for a higher price. There's just like a whole science and whatnot to it, but if you can get good at it, you can make a whole lot of money. Now let's move on to the fit side hustle. Okay, so for the fit side hustle, it's one that literally anyone could start. It does not matter your age, none of that. So this one is a perfect one for each and every one of you guys. If you want to add like a couple, I'll give this one like just a couple $100 that you can make. And essentially what this is selling unused clothing. So I know a lot of us, we have a lot of old clothes that we don't wear, or we have clothes that is just kind of out of our fashion that we just don't want anymore. And we're kind of tied between, maybe we can give it to a sibling, maybe I'll just keep it in my drawer, or you know what I'm saying, just like, or maybe I'll go ahead and give it away. I say this, go ahead and pile all the clothes you don't want. Of course, make sure they're in good condition and list them on various places. List them on OfferUp, maybe a few Facebook messengers, see if anybody wants them. After that, move on to a place like Plato's and take all your clothes and send it to them. This is an easy way that you can possibly go ahead and get a couple extra hundreds of dollars to go ahead and just put into your pockets for something that has literally just been collecting dust. However, what I do want to say with this is this. When it comes to Plato's, there's a possibility that you could bring them 5 bags of your used clothing, and they'll probably take maybe 2 items and give you $25. I mean, got a video linked here. Same thing happened to me. However, if you have a lot of nicer clothes that you don't want, and I guess more name brand stuff, there's they're gonna take it for sure. But if it's just like lower things, so to speak, they might not be as susceptible to take it. And also make sure that you're bringing in clothes for that particular season. So like, unless you have like a really, really nice jacket that you just don't want, I would say hold off for like the winter to bring that in and focus on more of like the summer attire, because that's the clothes that they're gonna have to go ahead and sell. But in all, I feel like this is a great side hustle to just go ahead and get started, for you to just get a taste of, what this side hustle stuff is kind of like. And now let's move on to the 6th one. Okay, so the 6th one, this one's really, really creative, okay? And it's flipping pools. Yes, flipping pools. Okay, so I'm gonna break this one down because my friend, he actually went ahead and did this, and he was basically making up to $600 per week. That is correct. So essentially, it's very, very simple. He would literally just go around the town looking for, like them kind of like inflatable pools and just buying them out. Because, it's summer. People really, really want to go ahead and, have a pool for like their kids and their family and whatnot. But there is one thing. It sells out very fast. And that's where the opportunity comes with something like this. Let's say you bought this pool for $300, right? If it's sold out all in your area and you're listing it, you get to, it's like the ball's in your court. You get to name the price. If you want to sell it for $800, if they really want it, they're going to buy it for that price. And that's almost 3 times the price that you bought it for. Hence, being able to make $600+ per week. And I did not think it could actually, I didn't even know about this game until my friend told me. And it seems like a really cool side hustle. You basically just go ahead and buy it, list it up on like OfferUp, Facebook groups. But let me go ahead and just tell you guys, you're going to have some tough skin because, sometimes people might get upset. They're like, man, you guys are just buying out all the pools and now I got to spend freaking $600 to go ahead and buy this pool when it's supposed to be retail value at $300. Like, what's up with all this? But at the end of the day, there's really not much that they can do about it because it is your side hustle and there's no pools anywhere else. They're all sold out. So if they want it that bad, they're going to come off that bread. And this can be a good side hustle. However, with this side hustle, it is seasonal. Summer's coming to a wrap. So maybe you can keep this in your mind for next summer, hopping on it early, making yourself a good amount of money. But it basically wraps up this one. And we're going to go to the last and final side hustle for this list, which is the 7th one. Okay, so this one is a very, very creative one. And I feel like it's going to take some persistence, but it might be an opportunity that wasn't originally at this business or job that you went ahead and created. And essentially what this is, social media management. And with this, you can make probably close to maybe $600+ a week, at minimum $200-300 plus a week. So essentially, my suggestion for how you should go about doing this, hit up like some small businesses that might be in your area, okay, that you just know they don't have the social media side of things down. Just go ahead and pitch the idea to them. Just go ahead like, look, my name's Chris. I searched up your business on Instagram and I see that you guys don't have any social media base. I'm offering my services to go ahead and start up this Instagram for you guys and essentially run it for you guys and promote it, and you guys can just pay me, I guess weekly. But however, the thing with this is that you're probably gonna have to hit up multiple businesses. You might get rejected by quite a few before one is open to the idea. They might actually ask to see how you run your own social media basis. So like if you're in tune with your own social media base, you have a good following, or if you just kind of know the ropes of things, I feel like this can be a very cool way of getting, just creating an opportunity and starting up kind of like your own little brand / business, and in return helping a business grow. Personally, I have a friend who was able to do this. He went ahead and pitched this idea to a small business. They literally created the spot. They created the job for him on the spot. He was making an additional like $200 per week just to run the social media page. Essentially, I think he would just come in, take a few pictures, and just promote it, I guess, weekly, keep the people updated, engage with them. And I guess through this side, they brought a whole lot more traction to their business, which increased their revenue and sales and whatnot. So this can be a very, very lucrative position if you're persistent and consistent with it. It can be very, very rewarding. And on top of that, I feel like it will show like a different side of yourself to like these business owners. Like, dang, I never even thought about this. This person is literally trying to do something that could increase the overall efficiency, or just like the just help grow my business. So just them hearing that, they might actually really appreciate it. But these are my 7 best side hustles for you guys in 2020. I mean, like literally, these are like real side hustles that each and every one of you guys can start. I promise you guys, y'all can at least pick 1 to 2 of these side hustles to get started with today. And I really, really do encourage you guys to go ahead and get started. I just ask you guys, comment down below which one of these side hustles is your favorite, and let me know if any of you guys have already started any of these side hustles. Anyways, guys, make sure you go ahead and like up this video. If you're new to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe. We are on the road to 10,000 1,000 subscribers. But anyways, it's your boy Chris Aaliyah, aka C Easy, and I'm out.
I got a lot on my mind. 16 and O and that 29. 9. I got AK with the scores and 9.